This is David Saville. Now, a couple of days ago I did a talk in Southend, and someone who I used to work with came to see the talk. It's the first person actually from my old life, you could say, who actually saw what I do now, had an experience of it. And she's really lovely, which is why I wanted her to be there. But it kind of, she asked me about why I left the job, because I hadn't explained it at the time. I think I talked about it in the talk until she asked me more about it. And I was saying how it was when my grandma had a fall, and I'd phoned up work, and my boss had said, the first words out of his mouth were, "Have you done a letter?" Not one single thought or even not one single comment about her. Is she okay? She's 99 years old, right? He knew that. Not one single word about that. And it kind of started a cascade of thoughts to say that I knew that was it, Now, the conditions have been there for a long time. I've wanted to leave for quite a while, really. I mean, the environment they create there. I mean, if you used to walk around the office, it was fucking miserable. People would just walk around looking like death warmed up all the time. It really was a horrible environment to be in. But you kind of get used to it, And even though I was on this journey of growth and, transformation, I was still caught inside of that. But it took that moment, really, for me to crystallise, actually, fuck, this is it, really. What if I was at work, working in that 9 to 5, and something happened to her? Now, it would take me a long time to get there, and I'd have been in an environment with people who don't give a shit. So that was it. I think within a week, I'd handed my notice in, and then 2 weeks later, I was gone. So, it could sound bad, like, he's a terrible guy and all that, but actually, what a gift he gave me. He gave me the gift of connecting to my values and what's most important to me. So if he hadn't have done that, if he'd have been caring, I may have still been there, and I wouldn't have had the actual crazy, insane life that I've had since then, where things are just as better than I could have imagined. So I'd say thank you to him, really. Thank you for being really selfish and taking. Because if you hadn't have been, if you'd have been a little bit caring, I would still be there, and I'd still be stuck wanting to leave. So thank you very much for that. You've got to be. This is the thing. This is the lesson that I want to impart from this video. People will do what they do. There's no judgment, right? That's who he chooses to be. That's how the context he creates for himself in that role. And that's perfect, because guess what? I didn't have to stay, nor do you. Don't get upset with people for not caring or for doing things that you don't like. You always have a choice to leave or to do something else. So, in fact, when people are being selfish like that, thank them for the gift, and then make a decision to change in some way. So I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude, because the last 7 months have been absolutely incredible, and I still feel like I'm at the beginning of my journey. So thank you for that. Take care.